of the major issues is that, the Olympics wants to see more women included in wrestling. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like an ambassador in a way?
Yeah, I guess I do. The generation before me, we had tons of girls, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. And if they didn't pave the way and, fight through everything to get spots, to get, a berth into the Olympics, and we have 4 weights now. But if all those older girls didn't do it, then I wouldn't have the opportunity to be where I am and be able to train for a gold medal. And in a way, I guess I view myself as an ambassador because I hope to continue it, the process so that the younger girls have this opportunity as well.
Yeah, and your participation could help keep wrestling in the Olympics.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes, all it takes is one time for someone to change their view about women's wrestling and women in sports or anything. I've wrestled matches where someone will come up to me and they say, I wasn't going to let my daughter wrestle, but it seems to be working for you, and people just don't know about the opportunities, college scholarships. So we have to, keep spreading the word and keep getting it out there.
How did you get started in wrestling? Introduce you to the sport.
When I was 7, my little brother joined, and he was heavy, and he didn't have a partner because he was so young. So my mom she felt bad, so she, just told me to go jump in so he could drill on me. And after 2 weeks, I'm like, I don't want to do sprints and push-ups for nothing. Like, let me get on the mat.
No way.
Yeah.
How long then did you till you competed?
Well, I made a bet with my dad if I won my first match, I could continue. So next week, wrestled a match. Won, and that was the only match I won all season, so I call it fate. But yeah, so.
That's awesome. When did you fall in love with it?
Right away. I don't ever remember. I remember being 8 and telling my mom, like, hey, women's wrestling is an Olympic sport, I want a gold medal. And I just always said that. So I don't ever remember not knowing or being unsure or anything.
How can we encourage more girls to participate in wrestling?
How can I? We can, more events like this, put in girls matches with the guys, that always helps. And, the way we have our trials and national setup where we do it with the guys, so that always helps. Getting more girls camps out there, getting more girls programs started, starting it at the younger age. And it's one of the fastest growing sports in America, so it's definitely growing, and it's definitely, getting there and becoming popular. We just have to keep pushing it and reaching every state and every level.
Helen, let's talk about where it all began. You're originally a Rockville, Maryland girl. Mm-hmm. You came into the sport of wrestling. I remember you were wrestling for Mikey D. Tell me about training as a young child with all these boys, because that's all you had to drill with and train with were boys for the most part. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when I first started wrestling, I didn't have an opportunity to wrestle on an all-girls team, so I did wrestle guys, and it kind of, it goes in, it has its ups and downs. There'd be times where I'd have, parents calling me names, yelling at me, and my mom had to deal with a lot of that. I'm young, I was just going on the mat and wrestling, but I know it was hard for my parents to sit back and watch some of the things that were being said, and I remember going into a room where nobody would acknowledge me, none of the guys, no one would let me work with them and stuff like that. So it was hard, but again, like I said, the older girls, they had it worse, they had it hard too, so they kind of paved that way. And eventually when I got to middle school, high school level, found some coaches that were supportive, teams that were supportive, and now everyone's so supportive. Everyone from Maryland, like, always wishing me good luck and congratulating me. So it's been like a huge change.
The diversity in our sport is so immense. Talk about diversity and what it means to you as a female wrestler, as a wrestler, just basically an athlete.
About diversity?
Yeah, what does diversity really mean to you as an athlete?
I would say diversity, being all-inclusive, wrestling is a diverse sport. You could have any kind of body style, you can have a specific wrestling style, wrestling is a very diverse sport. You can not cut weight, you can choose to cut weight. There's so many different options. So you could be a girl and wrestle guys, you could be a girl and wrestle girls. There's just, I know wrestling's a very diverse sport, so I think it fits with women perfectly.
Final question. You ready to come to the University of Maryland next week and put on your first clinic in the state of Maryland?
Heck yeah, I'm excited.
All right. Thanks, Helen.
Thanks.
Bye.
Hey, real quick.
First period was just low single, and then I was kind of more defensive, not as aggressive as I want. Second period.
So you won 1-0?
Yeah, and then second period I kind of just did a drag double, and I got a pin, and I was like,
You showed up Jordan Burroughs.
I don't know if it was. Mine's a little bit different.
Play along.
Yeah, I did.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, your passion definitely shows in your wrestling, and we appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you
Keep
so
it up.
much.
All right.